Joining me now is Travis Leake's mother, Glenda Garcia. I'm also joined by Jonathan Frank, spokesperson for the Bring Our Families Home campaign. Great to have both of you here. Glenda, you would like your son, Travis, to be recognized by the American government as being wrongfully detained in Russia. That's a phrase that once that comes, there's a huge diplomatic effort made to get him back. Have you had any contact with the Trump administration about getting that classification for Travis?
I have not had any direct contact with the Trump administration. I don't know what, I kind of don't know what to do. It's how to, you don't know how to contact people like that. As just a mom of a young man that loved Russia, went over there to teach and managed some bands, and he kept assuring me he was safe, he wasn't doing anything wrong, he was a guest in their country and respected that. Yet, because an ex-girlfriend was arrested and used him as a bargaining chip to try to get a lighter sentence, he's serving 13 years now.
I can't imagine that phone call when you learned that he had been arrested, knowing what everybody knows about Russia and its prison system.
It was horrifying. It wasn't a phone call when I learned. It was a text from a news affiliate in London that showed me a picture of his Facebook account and asked me, "Is this your son?" Because they had found my name as his mother on Facebook. And my world just crumbled at that moment. And that was June 10th when I found out in 2023, and he had already been, I found out, arrested 5 days prior to that.
Have you had any contact with him? When was the last time you spoke to him?
Verbally spoke to him briefly in December of 2023. He happened to be able to manage to call me from a cellmate's phone, which probably wasn't supposed to be there, but I was thankful to hear his voice.
What did he say?
Honestly, I don't remember at this time. I remember him telling me, "Mom, none of this is your fault. None of this is my fault. I mean, we just got to figure it out."
Yeah. Jonathan, how concerned are you that trades for Americans will lead to the incentive for more Americans to be just willy-nilly arrested and thrown in jail?
And thanks for having me, Elizabeth. And I think there's certainly a risk. It hasn't been borne out in data yet. But even if it is true, right, let's assume it's true, it would still be immoral to let our people rot in foreign jails in sort of the speculative hope that it might decrease hostage taking. I mean, I think hostage taking, is something that's gone on since the beginning of time and probably will continue to go on in perpetuity. I think we have to get much, much better at imposing consequence on the hostage takers. And we have so far not succeeded particularly well in that.
Jonathan, what do you know about Travis's case, and does it appear to be, I mean, there are many cases, we've heard of all these where Americans are framed, or, in some cases, two of them with Brittany Griner and Marc Fogel, they had the tiniest amount of medically prescribed marijuana in their luggage. And other times it appears to be completely fabricated. What do you know about Travis's case and what the Russians are saying?
I've been through this case backwards and forwards, all 2,000 some odd pages of it, and he's not guilty. He was framed. His ex-girlfriend got caught dealing drugs, was pretty much told she could give up, get a lighter sentence for getting up in a name, bonus for it being an American. And, from the perspective of two, beat cops in Moscow, handing over an American to the FSB is good for your career.
Sure
so
is.
This is Trevor Reed all over again.
Glenda, what's your message to President Trump tonight?
I'm going to beg him to get my son home. I don't know where else to turn. I'm so thrilled that Marc Fogel got home, and I'm thrilled for his family, but now I want to know when my son's going to get home.
Well, part of the reason Marc Fogel was freed was because Marc's mom cornered President Trump, and he made her a promise to get him home. So, Glenda, we hope that your message gets through to President Trump and that your son Travis will be freed soon. Thank you, Glenda, so much. Our very best to you. Jonathan, great to talk to you tonight.
Good to see
Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.